Yo, what's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fan stand up. And yo, salute to my guy Jake, man, for having me on his show and his radio station, man. Met him on Instagram. He's like, yo, jump on my show real quick. So cool guy, jumped on the show. But I was like, man, you know what? Let me talk to the family, man. Let me talk to the family, man. Because y'all know, like I said in my earlier video today, boy, I've been busy, man. I've been hella busy, man. They are pulling y'all boy in all different directions, bro. Like, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, man. So it's like, you know what? Like I always said, Cowboys Nation, y'all are home, man. Y'all are home. Y'all are where I feel most comfortable. I've always welcomed new opportunities. And like, this is like not just a content thing, it's a life thing, bro. Like, never pigeonhole yourselves into one thing, right? Don't just be a Cowboys content creator, because you never know when God opens up different doors what can happen. You know what I'm saying? So I've never thought that I would be covering boxing too, man, but they're liking me in this boxing field, man. If you haven't seen some of the content and some of the people I've been with, boxing's treating me good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, Cowboys Nation, man. Boxing treats me how I am supposed to be treated, man. They fly me out, man. They put me in nice hotels. They put me like with the best food and the best restaurants and all sorts of stuff, man. So boxing's recruiting me, man. But y'all are home, man. I do it for Cowboys Nation. Y'all are the fun. But we have a lot of boxing fans out there that are now subscribers to the channel. So I'd like to welcome you guys. Y'all might not be Cowboys fans, or we have other NFL's fans who are coming over from the draft content that we've done on some of their players that they drafted. So we open our doors to everybody, man. But like I said, Cowboys Nation is always home, and I can't leave y'all even if y'all wanted to, man. Sometimes I get a little flustered when it comes to Cowboys Nation, man. But y'all are home, y'all are a family. Like I said, it's the thing, right? We all, like, some of us have siblings, right? We can fight with our brothers. I can fight with my brother, I can fight with my sister, but ain't nobody else gonna say nothing about my brother and my sister. Hell no, you know what I'm saying? So I can talk to Cowboys fans a certain way. We can bicker, we can complain, we can argue, but ain't nobody from the outside gonna come and say nothing about my fam or it's up, man. So salute to everyone. Salute to my dog, the angry Cowboys fan in the building. Said I did that with hip hop. Thought hip hop was my outlet. This Cowboys content creation is best by far. Yeah, man. Like I said, you never know. Like, honestly, I didn't dive too much into the Drake Kendrick thing, right? Besides on Twitter, right? So I'm gonna ask y'all in the chat. Let's talk as a family. Let's talk as a family. Who do y'all got winning this Drake Kendrick beef? You know what I'm saying? Who y'all got winning this Drake Kendrick beef, man? Now, it's a little tricky, right? Now, am I a Drake fan? Yeah, I like Drake, and I like Kendrick as well. Me personally, this is just being me, right? Because everyone's like coining me as this huge like Drake protector, Drake defender, right? And I like Drake, but Kanye West is my favorite artist. And after Kanye West, like, the artist I listen to the most is actually on TDE. I listen to a lot of Schoolboy Q. Like, Schoolboy Q is my dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know that a lot of people see me defending Drake, but it's like, honestly, I feel like K-Dot has won the battle, right? If you're going because that Meet the Grams, even if it's a lie, that Meet the Grams, y'all, it's disgusting, dog. Like, I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? When I listened to Meet the Grams, I was like, God damn, here we go. But this is the fight I kind of wanted, you know what I'm saying? So when it came to Meet the Grams, it was surgical. It's surgical. But the thing that I say that Drake has won the war, because everyone knows Kendrick is lyrical miracle. A lot of people like Kendrick, right? But then you have Kendrick, and then you have Young Metro. Now, that BBL Drizzy beat, y'all, that BBL Drizzy beat, god damn, dog. That BBL, I don't rap no more. So a lot of people don't know, like, I used to make music. I used to be a producer. I used to write for a lot of different artists. I used to tour. I used to do all sorts of stuff. Like, I was a radio DJ. I used to DJ a lot of major nightclubs. Like, I was out there in the music industry, right? That BBL Drizzy beat, y'all, my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hardest diss record to me. That BBL Drizzy, that goes, right? But it's like, I feel like Drake has won the war because he stood toe-to-toe with Kendrick, Young Metro. You got Rick Ross coming at you. You got Future. You got all these people coming at you. and you're still standing. Now, here's what I hate, right? I know the situation kind of happened today where it's like, okay, someone may have shot up his home and like, okay, that's where I draw the line. Let's just keep it rap. You know what I'm saying? Even though, sometimes things kind of get ruffled up a little bit, just keep it rap. But I feel like Kendrick, he has to be up, right? Kendrick has to be up because I'll say this. Even though Drake doesn't probably have a daughter, I will say this. In rap, bro, there's no fact checking. Nothing's real in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got guns that are this big, and like they got drugs coming from Tijuana, and they got, got $1 billion stuffed in the. Everything's a lie pretty much in hip hop, right? So can you deduct points from Kendrick for, using a fake angle? Sure you can, but the song is so surgical. Even if you take out the verse about the daughter, I don't know, y'all. Like it was, woof, you know what I'm saying? But then I like Family Matters from Drake as well. I like Family Matters and I like Meet the Grams. I feel like for me, it's those two, right? It's those two records head to head. I feel like Meet the Grams is Kendrick's best song. I guess it's capacity, right? And I felt like Family Matters, that's Drake. You're right there. Now the dance jingle that, like that, you know what I'm saying, like us, that everyone's talking about with Kendrick. Me personally, bro, I'm not a fan of it. I can't even get through the whole song, to be honest with you, all right? But I still feel like K-Dot is up right now when it comes to this whole battle. But, you know what I'm saying, it's good. It's good entertainment. I just don't want, like, people start shooting stuff. And, like, that's when it gets kind of crazy, right? Because the problem is, it even happens with me, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm a nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nobody, right? But when you get into, like, these spats, sometimes people who are not involved, they get involved and they're trying to prove themselves to be a part of it, right? So it's like, case in point, when I'm going back and forth with like some of the Eagles guys, right? Or the Eagle guy, right? Y'all know his name. I'm not going to say his name, right? I had Cowboys fans that were sending me his address. They were sending me stuff about his family. They were sending me stop right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop right there. I don't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? We just talking shit about Cowboys and Eagles. I don't need no address, no location. I don't need to know nothing about his family or his wife and kids. I'm axing it up. You know what I'm saying? So people like, yeah, bro, I got the drop on them. You know what I'm saying? If you need, so, I be in the city, I see them all. Like, no, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it football and hopefully they can keep it rap, man. So, like I said, Cowboys Nation, thanks for sharing me with all boxing fans, man. Boxing fans, salute to all of y'all in the building right now. I will be back out there for Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. If you haven't seen, I interviewed Frank Martin and Tank Davis on last Saturday. I'm going back out there, but I'm not going out there in Vegas in June as a reporter, as a content creator. I ain't doing none of that, man. I got my dog DMV's coming out there, my guy Elton's coming out there, man. So we going out there and we going to kick it. We gonna kick it, bro. I'm going to pool parties. I'm chilling. I'm just being a fan, man. Because sometimes when you're doing the sports world, you don't really get to embrace it, right? Because when you're credential flex, right? When credential media, you know what I'm saying, you got to conduct yourself a certain way, right? I can't hold a drink in a certain photo because of this, that. And sometimes I got to be here and be like, I don't want to do all that. Tank Davis fight, man, all the celebs are coming out. It was already star-studded just for the press conference. I want to chill and enjoy my time in Vegas. Your boy won some money out there sports betting on Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I just want to got a vibe, man. So I'm not doing no work, man. So appreciate y'all. So let's go ahead. I see everybody in the building. Sadiqa in the building. What's going on, sis? You was wilding in that show, bro. You was wilding, sis. I got my guy Angry Cowboys fans in the building. Swain's in the building. C's in the building, man. Beat by money. Says K-Dot easily. Everybody's in the building. Stephen White's in the building, man. Salute to everybody in the building. So we're going to talk Cowboys, man. We're going to talk some Cowboy stuff. And I'm going to turn on the phone line so y'all can call in. And we're just going to vibe, right? We're going to vibe. We're going to vibe a little bit. So, I'll ask y'all, man. I'll kick this back over to y'all. Overall, how are you feeling post-draft? Now, I will say this, Sin City Cowboy, man. I might need to steal your name, bro, and I might need to become Sin City Cowboy because I've been in Vegas every month this year. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love Sin City. Like the crazy part, right? When I was a kid, my grandma, when I was like 6 or 7 years old, she used to take me out to Vegas like all the time. And back then, like that's like the Excalibur was kind of new. Yeah, your boys, Excalibur. They were building the Luxor. They were just building MGM Grand. So back then, man, as a kid, as a 7-year-old kid, imagine walking up to Excalibur and they say, "Welcome to Excalibur." Like it was just like, oh my God, I love this. And back then in the day, like Vegas was very kid oriented because he had circus was crazy. I mean, you walk in, there's a damn circus in the lobby, you know what I'm saying? So Vegas was like always this thing. And honestly, people don't know, I always had this dream to go to UNLV. I was going to go to UNLV, play basketball there for the Running Rebels, and I was going to live on the Strip. Well, I did get a walk-on offer for UNLV, but of course I didn't go. But it's like, man, I always thought one day what it would be like to have Vegas as like my second home. And now I'm blessed and fortunate enough to do that in kind of a situation where it's like, hey, I've been out to Vegas since January, February, March, April. I guess you can count May, right? And then I'll be back next month, man. So, and here's the best part about my visits to Vegas. Every time I left Vegas, y'all, I walked away with more money than I went with, man. So that's the good part. That's the good part, man. But back to the Cowboys. So how are y'all feeling post-draft? I will say this. I feel better, but I don't feel like it's enough, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's still a lot of work to do. Like I feel like the Cowboys overall give their draft a B+, A-. The only reason why I deducted a few different points, right? I deducted a few points because I really thought with this running back class, you would at least grab one. You know what I'm saying? Like you could at least grab one. There was a lot of running back talent in this class where you could at least grab one. So I kind of deducted the points, right? But overall, I think the Cowboys have a solid draft. I know a lot of people were kind of on the Tyler Guyton pick, but now, since they were able to parlay that with Cooper Beebe, now you're playing with house money. You know what I'm saying? Now you're playing with house money when it comes to Tyler Guyton, because if Tyler Guyton, let's say Tyler Guyton's an epic flop. I don't think he will be, right? I think it's going to be phenomenal. Just when will that happen? I don't know, right? But then you got Cooper Beebe with it. So essentially you got your Graham Barton alongside Tyler Guyton. But honestly, if you think about it, at that time, Tyler Guyton was the best tackle that was available. There was no other tackles. You could have possibly got a Patrick Paul or Kingsley Samato. I would have kind of been like, all right, nah, that's a huge reach. So I feel like overall, good draft class, right? I will say this, I'll probably go on record. I think that we get more day one impact out of this year's draft class than we got out last year. Now, that's not hard to do. I get it, but I'm just trying to be optimistic, right? I feel like you're going to get a lot of upside out of Tyler Guyton out the gate. You're going to get a lot of upside out of Martian Nealon. You're going to get a lot of upside out of Cooper Beebe. So that's three guys. Three guys will probably be quote unquote in the deep rotation earlier on. And then you have Carson. I like Carson, right? So you got a guy right there, and then you got the wide receivers as well. So, I feel like overall, I'm in a good spot when it comes to this draft. I felt like they just could have grabbed one running back. I just don't understand the thought process with the running back room, because there was a lot of talent, y'all, and we broke down a lot of talent. And I was sitting there day 3, like, okay, we're going to go get this guy. I'm kind of set. And even though we had that extra 3rd round pick that we got from the trade back, man, that drought from round 3 from Maris all the way, you know what I'm saying, until we got to that 5th round pick, it was a long drought. It was a long drought. Yeah, Maris will be in that rotation as well. So you got 4 guys out of this draft, 4 to 5 guys that I think will have a little bit more impact than we got last year. But yeah, I think, as far as everything's considered, I really wish that the Cowboys wouldn't have went to the grocery store hungry, because I felt like that was kind of it was a needy-ish draft. It was very needy, right? But we had to get it because if we would have walked out of there with no left tackle, y'all, it would have been spooky. Like if we would, let's say for instance, we would have passed on Tyler Guyton and we would have took a defensive tackle or something like that, right? Bro, we would have got wiped out at tackle and things would look real bad. You know what I'm saying? Because even how the linebackers feel, the linebackers are a little bit different. You know, so I think Marshawn Kneeland is a prospect that a lot of players or like I'll say a lot of fans really don't understand the value of him. Now, is he a future play? Possibly, right? Because I know a lot of people talking about DeMarcus Lawrence possibly being, you know, the replacement for D-Law, but I think he's more of a replacement for Dorrance Armstrong, and I think it's going to be Sam Williams put up the shut up because here's what people have to understand. Zimmer coming in, right? We all know, I did the draft film on him when he came out of Ole Miss. Sam Williams was a Dan Quinn guy. Dan Quinn loved that pick. Well, Dan Quinn's in Washington, right? So maybe Zim wants his own guy. And when it comes to Marshawn Kneeland, you are not going to have to worry about him putting in the work. He's going to put in the work. There's going to be limited mistakes. Marshawn Kneeland is a Zim pick, but he's also an old school guy. Like if an old school defensive coordinator, he has all of those things. Like if Rod Marinelli was still in Dallas, Marshawn Kneeland would kind of be his pick. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those types of guys, right? And it's very D-Lawish where you ain't got to worry about Marshawn. You're not. Like he's going to be out there. He's going to do his job. Now, is he going to be sexy? Let's see you jumping all over and we're going to be buying Kneeland jerseys? Probably not. But setting that edge, being physical, being on the point of attack, he's going to be that guy out the gate, man. So I'm excited about it. So like I said, overall, I gave the draft a B+. I deducted a point because they walked out there without a running back. But, yeah. My guy Fresh says, F them running backs. We got Zeke back. They should have had King Henry. Steven really fumbled that horribly. Man, me personally, I know Cowboys fans, y'all have mixed emotions about this. I'm not too upset about the Zeke return because at the end of the day, if Zeke is completely garbage, let's say Zeke is washed, like everyone on the internet and all those colorful charts are right? Zeke is washed, completely washed, donezo. Zeke in his sleep can get me 600 yards and 7 touchdowns. Being trash. 600 yards and 6 or 7 touchdowns that's trash Zeke. That's Zeke being trash. And I don't think Zeke is trash. I feel like you still have a lot of upside potential when it comes to Zeke. So it's low risk, high reward, right? But I think where a lot of people might be concerned about Zeke is that since Jerry and Steven and the Cowboys have this tie to him, how much are they really going to focus on him being the focal point of this offense? Like, is he really RB1? And as of right now, I mean, I'm gonna ask y'all, if you had to go out there and play today, right? Boom, it's game day. Here we go, Cowboys Nation. Here we go. Who's your starting running back? I would say Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say Zeke. I would say Zeke. And just like Fresh said, this line is rebuilt for Zeke to eat in the red zone because he's going to get through those holes. So you have this offensive line who's supposed to be a lot tougher in the trenches, right? With Cooper Beebe, Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. You have a proven offensive line. And think about this. And I was saying this last year. Go back to my content last year, right? Line up this offensive line. Line up Jake Ferguson or Schoonmaker, whatever your flavor ice cream is, and put Hunter Lukey at fullback. And then you have Zeke behind it. Those are body blows, man. Those are body blows. Those are body blows. And a lot of people don't understand the impact of body blows. And someone just said in the chat, right? My guy, Montana said, nah, fans want 60-yard breakaways every play. We want fantasy football, right? We want fantasy football, 70-yard runs, every touchdown, hit your head on the goalpost, right? But those body blows throughout the course of the game, that's what wears you down, y'all. Like, for someone who played linebacker, right? I hated when we played those big 230 linebackers. Like I had a friend, right? He played college with me. His name was Kalen Price, right? Kalen was 240 pounds. He played with God damn, the running back who played for the Cincinnati Bengals, Rudy. Damn, what was the kid's name? What was the guy's name? It was another big physical running back that played in the NFL. He played for the Cincinnati Bengals, like Rudy something like that. So they were teammates, right? And at Butler County, that's where D-Law went, and like all these Michael Gallup, saying like a lot of talent went to that school, right? Kalen Price was 245. Even tackling him at practice, it was like it leaves your body sore, bro. Like it was just like, so we had Kalen who was 245, and then we had my other running back who was Tyler. He was kind of like your Christian McCaffrey, right? But Tyler's probably like 210, 208, kind of a scat back, right? It was cool when Tyler was scat. He might break your ankles, you know what I'm saying? He'll hit you with the spin move and all that. But having to come downhill and hit Kalen, and we had a fullback. So suit to my guy Josh, right? He played fullback and Kalen played running back. Coming downhill in those collisions over and over and over, it wears you down. So you think about that with Zeke, Hunter Luepke, and a lot of people have Rico messed up. Rico has the talent, y'all. When it comes to Rico, it's not about the talent and ability. It's about him just staying healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's just about him staying healthy. And I feel like if you're able to toss Rico into this, we have a good 2 to 3. 2 to 3. I still believe in Deuce. I know a lot of Cowboys fans don't want to hear me mention Deuce, right? They just tossed him out. We loved him in preseason. We loved Deuce at camp. But now Deuce is a bust, right? I still think Deuce has a lot of potential. And I even felt like even last year, and I was saying this, he was always the Tony Pollard replacement. I feel like the Cowboys still have a plan for Deuce. So overall with the running back room, I'm cool with it. Right? Because I feel like we still have enough guys to really step in to kind of fill the void. And like I said in my last video that I posted today, we're going to be throwing that ball with Dak. I know that's going to get the chat mad. I know it's going to get y'all upset. Dak going to go out gunslinging. He going to go out gunslinging. So because if they want to see, okay, is he really worth the money? They're not going to let him just hand the ball off to Zeke 45 times. And like, no, they're not going to give that opportunity to Dak, right? Dak is going to go out slinging. Mike McCarthy on a 1-year deal. He's going to want his quarterback to go out the way gunslinging. I don't see the Cowboys trying to be this ground and pound team. I think they're going to try to just improve what from last year. But this whole idea that, oh, no, we're going to be running the ball 35, 40 times. Like, nah, that's not going to be the case, man. J Tuck, I played with that dude that ran so hard. If he wasn't scrimmaging, he wasn't allowed to hit people. I feel you. So, yeah, man. Those guys, like, it wears you down. That was just practice, right? That was just practice, man. But my dog, Kalen, man, he had a gold grill. You know what I'm saying? He had a big gold grill. And, like, he would line up in the backfield, had those big flowing dreads. And I'm just like, let me button this up. You know what I'm saying? Let me button this up. Let me make sure my mouthpiece is in, because we're about to go into a collision. You know what I'm saying? And we were banging, and it was banging, but like it wears you down throughout the course of a game, man. But overall, like I said, we're in a good spot, y'all. But here, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It's just the championship contending, right? I just don't feel like championship contending. And that's my frustration. We're gonna be a good team. 10 to 12. We'll do the breakdown, you know, when the schedules drop. But I just don't feel championship contending. I felt like last year, I felt good when we got Cooks and Gilmore, and you know, I saw Damarian Overstone out at camp, and I saw things kind of flowing, and saw how Dak looked in the new Mike McCarthy offense, and I saw, you know, Trayvon Diggs taking that leap, and Micah Parsons, and you know, D-Law, and like I felt like, all right, this okay, we're built for it. Okay, now I was wrong, right? But this year, it's going to be, we're going to sit back and wait and see, y'all. It's going to have to be sit back and wait and see, but you never know what a team can become. But just looking at it on paper, I don't know. Because I feel like Detroit's gotten a lot better. Philly has gotten a lot better. This is all on paper. San Fran had a decent draft as well. You got Washington improving, even though they're probably not going to be contenders, but they're going to be disruptive in our division. You know, you got Green Bay. Green Bay got a whole lot better. So it's going to be a fight. Yeah, I think the schedule releases next week. I think it was supposed to come out on this Thursday, but I think they pushed it out. But salute to my guy, Professor O. Y'all know Professor O can definitely, dissect it. He'll probably have it by Thursday. My guy, Professor O, going to have the schedule to us early. Yeah, the holes that were created for Deuce, the hole on the O-line were a machine. Yeah. And see, a lot of people don't understand. When I originally scouted Cooper Beebe back in 2022, when I was talking about him on Twitter, right, he played tackle. Cooper Beebe played tackle at K-State. He played right, he played left, he played guard. So he has a lot of flexibility as far as that's concerned. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to be the 9th, but I'm not sure if they confirmed it or they're going to push it back. So we'll see the schedule release. Cooper Beebe stuck out because he literally put people on the backs at PSU linebacker. Yeah, Cooper Beebe literally lives across the street from me, right? So like a street that separates, he lives that way, right? KCK. So he's a KCK native, Kansas State. I won't knock him for that, but I'm excited to see him in Dallas. I know a lot of people have questions. Will he be able to translate over into the center position? I think he'd be perfectly fine. He'll be perfectly fine, man. He's been working with Deuce. He's already been out there working with Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Before he's even drafted to the Cowboys. So I think Cooper Beebe is definitely going to be one of those guys that I'm good with. We're good to go, man. We're good to go, man. So like I said, I'm not going to keep you all too long because I got my Mavs tonight. So let's go ahead and turn on the phone lines. Hopefully I got the phone lines fixed. Let's see here. Let me see if the phone lines are fixed this time, man. If not, we'll try it a different way, man. I think I fixed it last time. So go ahead and give that number a call and see if that works, y'all, and gets y'all into the phone lines if you want to call in. But like I said, overall, man, how are y'all feeling? Looks like everyone is cool. Everyone seems cool right now. I think a lot of the Drake and Kendrick thing kind of took away some of the toxicity amongst Cowboys Nation, which is a good thing, man. We need a break. I feel like Cowboys Nation was getting way too toxic for a minute, and we need a good break, right? We need a good break. So I think we'll kind of recoup, get to rookie camp, get to OTAs, and then we'll get back to football. And for me personally, like, that's what I like the most, right? I like the most. I just like talking football. I know there's a lot of chatty patty stuff going on in our community. I can't do it, y'all. I'm just way too busy for the chatty pattiness stuff, and it's just not, So, let's see here. Get back to football. As of now, I'm at 9.5 about the draft. So yeah, and that's where I would say as of right now, if a 10 is a championship team, I feel like they got the Cowboys at a 7, right? And what I'm waiting for. Appreciate that. Yeah, see if that phone line even works, man, because now they change his number again because they keep switching the number on me. Like, they switch it like every 3 days when I don't use it. It's something weird going on. But I feel like the one thing that's going to really determine how this season is going to go, one, Trayvon Diggs, right? Trayvon Diggs recovering and then be the Trayvon Diggs that we know. And I think that, of course, Cowboys fans, we always have the expectation that, but he's going to have to heal. Don't rush him. But also DeMarvion Overshown. I think I'm going to do a film breakdown for y'all on DeMarvion Overshown. Naro Wick and Future back-to-back. No, I didn't hear that yet. I think I'm going to do DeMarvion Overshown film session for y'all tomorrow and go to the film of his preseason reps, kind of show his ability, but also translate and go back to his time at Texas. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, O was a safety / linebacker hybrid, but he has the size. If you watch him now, he's definitely put on some size. So I think he's going to be one of those guys that can kind of be used as a jackknife as far as coverage is concerned. Then you toss in Maris as well, because Maris is one of those guys. Maris is really good in coverage, right? Maris is really good in coverage as well. So I think we got some talent at the linebacker position. Like Boss said, we need some shoes. We also got Gilly. Also need Gilly back. Let's say we got Gilly back. I know I didn't miss that one. So Diggs going to press. I think we're good after that. Yeah, I just think there's like a few more pieces to get. But Stephen Jones holds the credit card, y'all, and that's the unfortunate part, right? For me, what'll make things a lot more easy to digest. I need one, extend Dak Prescott, whether you want to hear it or not, right? That's my number one checklist. Boom, extend Dak. 2, take care of CeeDee Lamb. 3, try to get Stephon Gilmore back and work that deal out to get Stephon Gilmore back. 4, I would go get more of the defensive tackles. You need more in the trenches, more defensive tackles, right? And then now we have some shoes, right? Now we can go to the club, right? But I feel like right now, like we got a shirt, you know what I'm saying, with Dak Prescott, you know what I'm saying? We got some cool little jeans, you know what I'm saying, with CeeDee Lamb, and you know, it was like, all right, cool. But we like you said, bro, like, yeah, it's good analogy, boss. We just need those shoes, right? To just go with the fit. And right now we're kind of missing it. So I sign Dak, sign CD, go get Gilly, and get some more beef, defensive tackles to help stop the run. I feel like that's going to overall improve things. We immediately rebuilt the linebacker group, even with the UDFAs. Yeah, so yeah, I think our linebacker core, even though it's younger, now that we have Kendricks, now that we have Maris, now I know y'all like Damone Clark. I get it, right? There's a lot of work to be done with Damone. And then you also have Overshown kind of coming back. It's sped up, right? And for me, y'all know me, I'm a linebacker guy. I just felt like our linebacker core just wasn't playing. Yeah. Well, Steve is asking for an access code. God dang it. All right, hold on. Let me see. All right, so let me move that. Where's the stupid access code, bruh? Let me see. Let me find out what this thing is. I'm gonna have to fix this thing, man, because they always are asking. Let me see here. Okay, so all right, so that's the right number. So the number is right. Bang. The access code is 5069493 pound. Bang. Let's pin that. That's the access code. Got that in the chat for y'all. Actually, let me do it this way. Let me make it smoother, man. And so it used to be a direct phone number, but this thing is changing the numbers. You know, access codes and all sorts of stuff. So call that number. Let's see here. 69493 pound. All right. That should get y'all. Was on the Chiefs Super Bowl team, wasn't he? Damian Wilson. Yeah, I got Damian Wilson. Was he on Chiefs? I'm trying to remember. This year? I don't remember. I think so. I think he was on one of those Super Bowl teams, if not this last one. But yeah, you got Damian Wilson, right? And you got some safeties, right? So you got a lot of different safeties. So, you know, I think that's the one trick and the one thing we don't know is, okay, how is Zim really going to call this thing, right? How is Zim really going to call this thing? Is it going to be the old Zim from Cincinnati, from Minnesota? Like, what's things really going to look like when it comes to Zimmer's scheme? But I think we won't get there until we get to camp, right? We'll be out. Well, I won't be at camp, man, because, you know, the Cowboys don't treat me like premier boxing champions does. They don't treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be at camp, but we'll have some other people who are out camp that will probably, you know, get some coverage, kind of see what Zim, because that's going to be my main focus, right? I feel like with the offense will be good. I'm not too worried about the offense, right? Offense, it is what it is. But overall, like I said, for me, it's going to be, you know, what are things looking like at camp? Let's see here. Let me try something, y'all. I'm shooting on the fly, man. I know how to fly this plane, man. I know how to fly this plane while we're in the air. See if I can get this show updated for. Yeah, I think the scheme, right? I think the scheme, you know, how is Zim going to use these safeties, right? How is Zim going to use, you know, you got my guy Wanye out there. I feel like his reps should naturally increase. Yeah, this is the one, actually. Let me do this. Yeah, I was really trying to keep it PG. I was really trying to PG. So let me do this. Bam, we're gonna get rid of that. Then we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Bang. What the heck? Go. Alright. So, why isn't it showing? What the hell's going on? Yeah. Well, let's see. Let me try this, y'all. Pardon me, y'all. We're gonna get it right. Let's see here. Boom. Here. I see what just happened. Bam, right there. Yeah, there you go, Tuck, the magician, the wizard that you are. Booyah. All right. So there it is. There's the phone number to call in if you want to call in. Like I said, y'all, I think the most important thing is to kind of see what Zim's scheme is naturally going to be, which I'm excited about, right? You know, I want to see how things are going to change from Dan Quinn. Is he going to peel back a lot from Dan Quinn? Is he going to look similar to Dan Quinn? Like, is he going to do a complete overhaul, right? Because that's the one thing I do worry about, because sometimes when you do a complete overhaul, it takes a minute for the defense to adapt. I mean, because y'all remember Mike Nolan, right? When Mike Nolan came in, he tried to do a 3-4-4-3 hybrid / 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap, 4. Like, the players were so confused, they were thinking too much. So I feel like it's going to be very important for Zim to simplify things. And Wanye did an interview with Brock Hoffman, right? And he said that, you know, when he was asking about Zim, that Zim likes things a certain way, right? He likes things his way, which is good.
All participants are on hold.
You kind of want that, right? You want the guy to come in. I know what I want from my players. Here's the expectations. You guys go out there and do it, man. So let's see here. We got a caller. Let's see here. All right, so we can get the caller. Hey, caller, state your name. Where you from?
Oh, my bad.
You good?
Deshaun, and I'm just from Texas, right down from maybe what, 20, 30 miles from Dallas.
Okay, not too far at all, man. Not too far at all, man. What's going on with you, man?
So pretty much, I just think this season, I agree with you, Tuck. We just need a few more pieces. I feel like this will be a lot more easier if Steven and Jerry were so stubborn and would have just signed back earlier. We could have got a lot more pieces than we needed. I think probably my four biggest concern is, one is defensive tackle. That's my number one biggest concern, because everybody remembered that we don't have Jonathan Hankins now. He's somewhere else. So that bread and butter, he's gone.
Right.
So that's one. And on two, we're banking on Mozzie. And right now, Mozzie didn't have the best season. He lost weight, so now he has to gain weight. So now he has to figure out how to, for one, maintain the weight, and on top of that, be efficient too.
And also, not to cut you off, also remember he's coming off the shoulder injury, right? So, you know, that's another thing when it comes to Mozzie too. So we'll, you know, cause I think they said 4 months for the shoulder to heal. So I'm like, all right, bro, like, you know, so yeah, man. Yeah.
So,
yeah, but
then
I agree with you.
My second concern is running back. Big concern, because don't get me wrong, Zeke is cool, good, is nice, but at the same time, if you don't have like a long distance runner. And don't get me wrong, Rico Dow, he's cool and all, but he's not a guy that could just take it to the house for over 49, 50 yards. And sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes you need them. Because it's good to have them little short yards, but sometimes you need them long yards, because for one, it helps your quarterback out a lot, and on top of it, it helps your offensive line out a lot too. Because they have to keep banging and banging and banging just to get the one little yards and things, them little short yards. It's harder on them.
Yeah, and
I think they neglected it. They really didn't care. They didn't really care as much. They just say, "Hey, we got you, Zeke. Y'all should be happy now. Now go ahead and go buy his jersey and everything."
That's what I said. I love you, Zeke, bro, but I'm not getting no 15. We gonna write them 21s out there, and we gonna keep it. Like I just can't with you, Zeke. But do you think that the Cowboys didn't go get a home run hitting type running back because they feel like they already have it induced? And this is my thing, right? We all know the Cowboys. We know the PR. I just felt like they were never going to pull the plug on that Deuce story. It was too good to be true. So they're going to give him every opportunity to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Deuce could be your change of pace back. I just think this Cowboys fans going to need to see it to believe it, to be honest with y'all.
So I'm gonna be honest. So now I'm gonna have to counteract you because we forget. Yes, Deuce is a change back, but he's also small. So one big hit, and next thing you know, he's in the injury report.
Yeah. But to push back a little bit, man. Like people understand, right? Deuce wasn't a gimmicky guy, right? He was the bell cow back when he was at Kansas State. I mean, you go watch the film versus Alabama, like they fed him, right? So he's built for it. But I see what you're saying, right? He's not stout. He's not like a Blake Corum, right? Blake Corum is stout. Deuce is small. But here's the thing I'll say about Deuce. He's been small his entire life, so he knows how to play around it. But it's going to be interesting to see how is he utilized, right? Because Deuce is a guy that you got to get on space. Is he Tony Pollard-ish? Nah, because Tony Pollard had a lot more size with it alongside with that burst. So I think it's there, right? But like I said, once again, we are going to have to see it with Deuce, right? I think that's the thing. And it's like, can it really translate to the NFL level? I do not know. But I feel like the Cowboys, they just kind of say, you know what? We got this Deuce guy. He's in-house. He's going to be a favorite. He's a story. We're going to run with it. Now, unfortunately for me, I would have went with a few different options in the draft, right? Like a Blake Watson, who was an undrafted free agent, and we didn't even pick him up. I think he went to Denver. So there was some talent out there. I just don't understand the Cowboys' thought process. And the another thing that I didn't really talk about much because I didn't have time to dive into it, typically the Dallas Cowboys, when they negotiate with the undrafted guys, they clean house, right? They got Hunter Lukey. They won Marquise Bell back from Philly. Like, they were able to negotiate back and pull players. This season, they lost a lot of guys that they made offers to and got outbidded, even undrafted free agency. So, it's just one of those things, man.
And then I guess my final concern is probably cornerback. And I get it. Everybody, Trayvon Diggs coming, and, you got Bland and everything. But people don't understand. Trayvon Diggs is coming back from an ACL tear. You know how long that takes.
Right.
You know that you're not going to be that same person. You're not just going to hop back in the field and be that same person.
Right.
Yeah. So you still got to test out. Can you move? Can you turn? Can you be able to jump up for the ball and come down safely, knowing that, hey, you know what, I can land safely? Because sometimes it's in your mental. You can be okay, but it's the same thing happened to Michael Gallup. Even Gallup said it. He's like, yeah, I was fine. I was okay, but it was a mental thing. So I just think that's a big concern, and I'm glad they kind of went corner in the draft. But my big pet peeve with him is, for one, he can be overly physical, and for two, his ability to not turn his head towards the ball to be able to locate it is kind of a problem for me.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like I talked about it earlier, right? I'm kind of holding off at 7-ish because a lot of people don't understand. And think about this from the Cowboys standpoint. Who coming off a knee injury has looked like they did the previous year prior to the injury, right? We saw what Terrence still likes a shell of himself, right? You talked about Michael Gallup. Like, there's been so many players. Now, granted, ACL injuries aren't the same that they used to be, but it's not like they bounce back, right? Remember Jabril Cox. Like, Jabril Cox is pretty much was just like not himself anymore because you have to be able to trust that knee. Right, there's going to be situations where Trayvon it's just never there. We've all played sports. We all had injuries where we kind of know, like, man, I can't jump and explode off this left ankle like I used to. Like, something's kind of different, right? So you start second guessing yourself. So it's going to take a minute before you get that thought and fear and concern out of your head. So, I know a lot of people in the Cowboys often do this, right? Oh, he's running on the course. He looks like he's ready to go. Like, no, you don't have to rush him. But now we are in a situation, especially if you don't re-sign Gill, where you're expecting Trayvon Diggs to be Trayvon Diggs week 1. And I just don't like putting our players out there in those types of situations.
And then my final thing is going to be pretty quick, is the offensive line. So I get it. I know we got Cooper BB and everything like that, but also they have to understand that a lot of these guys, they haven't had a snap of the football yet.
Right.
And so you're going to go up against these power people. You got to go up against Jalen Carter. You got to go up against Haynes. You got to go up against these big guys who've been in the league like for a couple of years for veteran time, and you got these rookies coming out, and it's like they're putting a lot of faith. Like I said, the good old Jerry Stephen way, they're putting a lot of faith in the draft and being able to just throw somebody in there into the water and hey, go swim.
Right.
And I just feel like that's not a long-term success, especially. And my biggest concern, for me personally, is the NFC East.
Right.
So the Philly, Giants, everybody's catching up. You're staying stagnant while everybody else is catching up, and you're still kind of sticking to philosophy. But sooner or later, the Giants gonna get rid of Daniel Jones. Sooner or later, they're gonna their receiver they just drafted. He's gonna be killing a lot of your cornerbacks. The Redskins are already getting Daniels and everything like that. So the league is catching up to Jerry, and Jerry needs to understand if you don't be able to play with the league is gonna pass you by.
Yeah, and I think that's my frustrating point, right? And I feel like the Cowboys, honestly, y'all, we've taken the NFC East for granted, right? Because even though Philly went kind of all in-ish last year, it's like, well, we split with them and we still won the division. So for the Cowboys, they feel like they're just the lead dog, right? They feel like they're ahead of it, and they're leap years because they swept the Giants and swept Washington. So they feel like, they still run the East, really run it, and they're not really being honest with themselves. Like, listen, there's a lot of talent creeping in. And the Giants, like you said, bro, they're one quarterback away from being extremely competitive. Like, that's just their problem, right? And even Daniel Jones is okay. He's no slouch. He can still win a few games if you put him in the right situation. So, that's my biggest frustration, like you already said, with the offensive line, too, is that based on how the schedule is, because we got some dogs, you can mess around and say, okay, Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, have at it, bro. Here's San Francisco, or here's the Baltimore Ravens defensive front on your very first game. And sometimes when it comes to younger players, it can kill your confidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to have to be protective with some of these younger players. But at this point, we have no insurance policy. Because if you tell me, like, Tyler Guyton, I'm not doing no Matt Waletzko's. I'm not doing no Chuma Yadogas. I'm not doing no job. I'm not doing none of that. So Deuce, get Tyler Guyton ready, because it's like Tyler Guyton is our only option at left tackle. Maybe you can have Austin Richards take a leap, but he's still going to be kind of a second-hand guy as well, man. But overall, it's sink or swim. It's sink or swim for a lot of this talent, a lot of this team coming into this season, man. So we'll definitely see what happens, man. But my guy, I appreciate you for calling in. Appreciate all your support.
I appreciate you.
Keep rocking, my guy. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, like I said, overall, man, like you said, it's going to be sink or swim when it comes to this team. Oh, my dog, Cowboys fan talking the building, man. What's going on with you, bro? So I wasn't going live, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been telling Rome and DMV, like I said, people don't understand. Me and Rome and DMV, we talk like brothers. Like, for the very first person I probably text in the morning when I'm in the gym is DMV and my guy Rome, right? And I was like, listen, bro, I'm not doing no live shows this month. I'm not doing no guest appearances. Like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm chilling all the way to camp. They're like, no, you're not, Tuck. No, you're not. I was like, bro, I was already doing the show, had to do the radio spots. So like, I might as well just go live. So y'all got me. I can't get away from it, dog. I can't get away. The cartel is definitely in the building, man. But like I said, like, overall, we're going to be a young offensive line, but I think we are talented, right? And that's what I'm kind of excited to see, right? I'm excited to see Cooper Beebe, right? I'm excited to see Tyler Guyton, how it all pans out, right? Because like I said, my thing is, I know a lot of people say, well, Tuck, you hated Tyler Guyton. I didn't hate Tyler Guyton. I just didn't like him over what could have possibly been available, right? So my thing with Tyler Guyton was, if you had passed on Graham Barton, lost Jordan Morgan, and you got Tyler Guyton just by itself, then I kind of been like, all right, bro, I'm just not feeling that, right? But now, since you're able to parlay that once again with Cooper Beebe, it's like, okay, you got 2 for 1. Right, you got a 2-for-1 deal, so it's hard to be upset at the pick because that was all that was really available at the time. But the one thing I will say about Tyler Guyton, even though he went through his film session, he's gonna work. He's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna work. You see him with Deuce already, but you're just gonna have to shorten that learning curve with him because, like I said, there's a ways you can toss him. I'm hoping we get the Giants week 1, get the Giants week 1, maybe a Dan Quinn return to Dallas week 2. Like, give me the Giants and Washington, 2 divisional games, something like that off the bat. And then give me like a Carolina, then maybe like an Atlanta or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me some of those, man. Don't toss me to the wolves out the gate. If we have to play at noon opening week 1, I'm fine with that. Y'all know I hate noon games, but this year I'll make an exception. Give me the Giants or Carolina at noon, week 1, something like that. I want a warm-up game. You know what I'm saying? Don't toss me to San Fran. Don't toss me to the Baltimore Ravens, who, like, I don't want none of that. Don't toss me to Detroit. Don't toss me to Detroit. Don't toss me to Cincinnati. Like, just let me warm up, bro. Let me stretch first. This year. But you know how the NFL is going to do us. They're probably going to do us something crazy. They're going to give us like Detroit at Dallas, opening game or something like that, bro. I'm like, hell nah. Said Thanos, bro, because the mood around the team is down, but we gonna get back. Yeah, and it's not, it's like, I get it, man. Like it's hard as Cowboys fans, right? Because we're looking for answers still. We still to this day, on May 7th, don't know what the hell happened in January versus the Green Bay Packers, right? But at the end of the day, you got to take your L's and get back to fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back to fighting. And I feel like what's happening, not only with the Cowboys organization, but also with the fandom, like some people just don't want to fight no more, right? Boxing. You're going to get punched in your mouth. You can get knocked down, right? You can sit in your corner and quit, or you can get up out there and go fight like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's where I'm at. Like, do I think that we're able to win a Super Bowl right now where things currently stand? Absolutely not, but I'm going to go fight. I'm going to go fight, bro. Like, at the end of the day, if I get dealt with, I get dealt with. As Cowboys fans, we have nothing to lose, bro. Yeah, we got nothing to lose. So you might as well get up out of your corner, Cowboys Nation, and go fight. Go fight. And I just think this offseason, a lot of people just don't want to fight no more. And I get it, right? Because you've been punched in your mouth a few times and it kind of hurts, right? You're just like, know what? You guys got it. But it's like, at the end of the day, this is what being a fan is all about, right? And not to get too philosophical, it's a life lesson, y'all. You always don't just get the reward. It's about the journey. It's what you learn from the journey, right? Case in point, y'all saw me in the workout. I'm trying to get in shape, right? There's going to be a lot of times where I'm frustrated, bro. Like case in point, right? My trainer has me measure myself every day. I'm on a strict diet. So I was out in Vegas, right? I worked out. I ran 3 miles. I lifted in the gym, right? I even went swimming. And I had one freaking cheat meal outside of my meal and one margarita, just one margarita. I blew up 4 fucking pounds, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so you get frustrated. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, I have to be on point. I have to be surgical with every detail. How much protein I'm having, how much carbs I'm having, how much condiments, I'm weighing everything down the scale, right? To lose weight. But if I mess up one day, it blows up the entire week. It's life, y'all. It's life. It's never going to be linear. It's never going to be like the Cowboys can't win the Super Bowl. Boom, we're off like a rocket. We win the Super Bowl. It's going to be ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, right? It's going to be frustrating. You're going to be tired. You want to give up in life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're like that. I don't feel like working out today, right? I don't feel like getting up out of bed at 4 a.m. What's the point, right? What's the point? I'm not going to focus on the journey, y'all. And at the end of the day, all of you are right here watching my channel. You're watching Rome's channel. You're watching The Final Word if they're live right now. You're watching channels, talking to Cowboys fans. You're on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. You are a Cowboys fan, y'all. You are a Cowboys fan. We love this team, whether as frustrated as we are, as vocal as we are online. We can get mad. We can get mad at each other. Y'all can blame Jay Tuck for letting y'all down versus Green Bay like it's my fault. Y'all can hate every content creator and media guy. You can hate it all. Hate Dak Prescott. Hate Micah Parsons. Hate everybody, right? But at the end of the day, you're a Cowboys fan. It's in you. You can't get it out of you, bro. You can't. There's no chance in hell that the people watching my channel right now can sit back, have the season start, and say, you know what, I'm not watching none of this. You can't. You can't. You can't. It's in our blood. So this is what I'm saying, Cowboys Nation. Did we have a good offseason? Absolutely not. Did we knock it out the park with our draft? Absolutely not. Should we sign our quarterback in Dak Prescott? Yes. Are we getting the deal done with CeeDee Lamb? I do not know. But at the end of the day, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I know in September, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be fighting for my team. I'm going to be at AT&T Stadium. I'm going to be tailgating with my dog, Des Bryant. It just is who I am. You might as well embrace it, and hopefully this year will be the year that we get the reward. Hold up, we got to call it. Let's see here. I mean, think about this, y'all. Kansas City right now, everyone's, on their high horse. 50 years to when they first won. 50 years. 50 years to fall. Now they're at the top of the mountain, but it took them 50 years, bro. 50. Think
about this, y'all.
Yo, caller, what's going on? Take your name. Where you from?
Right now, everyone. Yo, what's going on, Jay Tuck? You know what it is.
What's going on with you, my guy?
It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys fan, man. I'm just calling in to say thank you for everything you do. Thank you for what Cowboys Fan Talk does. But
now,
one thing
thank
that
yourself. Thank yourself too. No, thank
is,
yourself for what you do too, bro. Because you're doing a phenomenal job as well, man. So include yourself in that picture, my guy.
I appreciate you. What I wanted to talk to you about is, like, no matter the dogs that we get, no matter who we pick up in free agency or the draft, I believe it's the mental toughness with the Dallas Cowboys that they have to get over. The mental toughness of the bright lights. As far as, like, whenever you throw an interception, don't hang your head, because when we saw in the Green Bay game, like we go back to, you saw CeeDee Lamb when he missed those 2 passes, he hung his head and went off by himself. I believe that's the thing that we have to get over, is that mental toughness, because as important as the physicality is, it's that mental aspect of the game that I believe the Dallas Cowboys are missing.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree, right? And I think what happens, right, is that dark cloud of the Cowboys in that playoff and the pressure, it starts to amount where when something just finally goes wrong in the playoffs, it's like, oh, here we go, right? And we just don't have that guy who's above it all. Like I just don't think that we have that guy yet, right? And I love Dak Prescott and I love Micah Parsons, I love CeeDee Lamb, but there's not that guy who's like, you know what? Bro, it's the Packers. F them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good. Like, and you see that here, and I think that's the problem, right? I see it in Kansas City. When things hit the fan, Pat's like, you know what? I don't give a damn. We down by 21. We are about to come back. And it's not fake enthusiasm. It's not fake. Like, you really believe it. Like, we got Pat Mahomes. We got that guy. We got Travis Kelce. We are going to come back. Just tighten up and rally behind it. We just need that. You know what I'm saying? And so I 1,000% agree with you. It's just the mindset. For some reason, when we get punched in the mouth, we just don't fight back. And I always think it was this, right? We don't have an identity, or what I call a North Star. And a North Star means whenever you get lost, what can you really lean on? And I think that's the problem with the Cowboys. It's just like, when we get punched, like, can we get to the run game? Can we get back to see, like, what are we trying to get back to? You think about San Francisco, and I watched the Detroit Lions game. They played in the NFC Championship, right? When Detroit was cooking, you know what? Christian McCaffrey, bro, we're going to get behind you and we're going to get back to work, right? So I think we kind of just need that mentality to find an identity, who we are, and no matter what, we're going to go out like this. So if it's Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, all right, we're about to force feed CeeDee Lamb until he's blue in the face. And we're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to go out this way. I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to the Cowboys, to be honest with you.
Right. And I feel like another thing, and I want to ask you a question, because I feel that the Cowboys organization, as well as Cowboys Nation, kind of holds on to the past. I want to ask you, and you may not know this, when CeeDee Lamb was drafted, did he want to be 88?
No. So I'm the only person in the world that has the original CeeDee Lamb jersey. His original number was number 10. So CeeDee Lamb had came out when they asked him about what was his number going to be. He wanted to be number 10 because DeAndre Hopkins was his favorite player. So that night, I had already called into the pro shop and ordered, like, immediately. I bought the jersey, right? So they sent it to me, and they called me like, well, actually, it's 10. Do you still want it? Because then Jerry talked to me and changing to 88. I was like, no, send me the 10. So I'm probably the only person who has the original CeeDee Lamb number and the number 10, because that was the number that he really wanted. Jerry forced that 88 on him, and he kind of embraced it, after talking to a few people. But it's just like, yeah, it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that where it's just the culture. It doesn't really breed toughness, right? And I think that's the biggest problem for me personally when it comes to Dallas.
Right.
Yeah.
And Nealon, I think, is going to be a dog, but I'm going to let you go so you can get on with your show. I truly appreciate
Thanks, my guy, man.
My phone call and everything.
Thanks, my guy, man. Before you go, let everybody know they can find you, my guy.
Hey, guys, you can find the Angry Cowboys Fan on YouTube, the Angry Cowboys Fan, where we spit that classy Cowboys content.
Let me ask you, though, why are you so angry? Why are you the Angry Cowboys fan? You know what I'm saying? Like, what really got you coined as the Angry Cowboys fan? What made you so angry? It's just
because my brother-in-law, my nephew, and everything, they're Eagles fans. So every time the Eagles fans or every time the 4 and 3 letter networks talk bad about the Cowboys, I'd become angry.
Right.
And whenever the Cowboys wouldn't make the certain moves that I wanted, before I detached my emotions from it, I was an angry Cowboys fan. So I'm like, why not coin the YouTube channel Angry Cowboys?
There you go. There you go, man. Well, hopefully they can change that, man. We want to be the happy Cowboys fans. Let's get a Super Bowl, man. I appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks. And also, I think, going back to what he says, right? We try to fight against it, right? We try to fight against the Stephen A. Smiths and the networks, right? The accident waiting to happen. But we have so many people pressing that into the Cowboys mindset. You start to believe it. You know what I'm saying? As mental tough as a lot of these athletes are, some of them are not, right? So you start to believe you're an accident waiting to happen. Oh, here we go again. The Cowboys are just going to fail again. They do the same old thing every year. Hey, they start to, you start to hear that so many times where it's like, I know that sometimes the players probably feel that, like, oh, damn. We were down by 10. Here we go again. Oh, well, there goes Dak, man, throwing the pick 6. Here we go again. And the fans do it. We need to kind of block out the noise, right? And I think that's the hardest part because we have an owner that creates noise. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we win 4 games, he starts talking Super Bowl, bro. Like, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Like, listen, you need to just lock in, focus, and get the job done and put everything behind you and put blinders behind you. And a lot of these kids, they played at Michigan, they played at OU, and these bigger schools, they should be used to it. But I feel like sometimes you just need to lock in, focus on what we really need to do, and just get the job done, block out the pollution, block out the noise, and focus on us. A lot of Cowboys fans, like, they'll talk to me and say, yo, Tuck, I'm just tired of hearing everyone's mouth, right? You're letting all the outside noise get to you. Where you're tired of what Stephen A is going to say or what LaShawn McCoy is going to say. Man, fuck them people, bro. Block them. Don't listen to them, whatever, bro. Focus on what you got to focus on. Being a Cowboys fan, supporting your team, and doing what you can, man. But I appreciate everyone for jumping on. Stars about to come on. I think my Mavs are about to play. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to just kick back, relax, watch some other sports. But appreciate y'all. We're going to continue working. Got film sessions. Like I said, y'all, I am not going nowhere. I'm going to continue to keep cooking. We all going to keep cooking, right? I know a lot of people are anti-content creators. That's the new thing, right? You're either anti-Drake or you're anti-content creators, right? Everybody wants to see the top of the mountain fall, right? But here's how I'll tell you, haters out there, your boy J Tuck, I ain't Drake. I don't go out like that. I ain't no retreating me. If you come at me, I'm going to shoot back. And I'm going to make you look stupid, man. So all these people on Twitter about J Tuck this and J Tuck that and J Tuck this and these dumb content creators and these all right. I ain't no Drake. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no Drake. I'm more like a, I don't know. I have a lot of Drake pettiness in me, you know what I'm saying? But I can also rebuttal because I watch a lot of battle rap and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sharp, man. So to my guy Cutter Jones, man, bro, I appreciate y'all, man. Have a great night. Go Mavs. Let's get this win. My brother's an OKC fan, so he's texting me right now. All my friends are OKC fans because I'm actually from Oklahoma, so all my family's OKC fans. When I'm a Mavs fan, and hopefully my guy Luke can go get this win. But we're going to do some more stuff, do some more live shows, have some more guests lined up. Yeah, we're going to keep on rocking, man. Hater or love it, we ain't going nowhere, man. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. Go Cowboys. Peace.